Namaste, welcome to Courtroom. I sincerely hope that you're doing well. While watching these lectures, we'll need the CPC. Not in the digital form, so sure enough if you can manage the digital form, but I recommend and prefer the physical, the hard copy, because you will need to do a lot of marking. So the way that I'm structuring this course is that mostly academies do not focus on prelims. But I'm going to be focusing on prelims, I'm going to be dedicatedly focusing on prelims, and I'm going to be focusing on the mains as well. So in the mains wala section, you will find that prelims are also already being covered, but in my own experience as a student, because there is a lot of volume, because after all judiciary prep is quite voluminous, you tend to forget what were the MCQs specifically for pre. So I'm going to carve out a section for pre, and I'm going to be tackling specific MCQs there. So it is recommended that you watch that section of the course post completing these lectures so that the basic terminology is clear. And since I'm going to be pointing out those very concepts herein within these lectures, but in those lectures, so those lectures will be like, one video may just be 10 to 20 seconds even, or even 30 seconds, or even a minute. I'm only going to be pointing out to the MCQs ki MCQ पूछा गया. So for example, libel and slander in the Limitation Act, so the period of libel and slander in the Limitation Act has been asked again and again and again. It's 1 year. Now, when we are going to be discussing it in these lectures, somewhere or the other I'm going to mention that fact. However, using the tech that we have available now, that is these, you are watching these lectures, using this tech, I am going to, as in rather maximizing this tech, I am going to cut out those questions in very, very short lectures and put it in the pre-ka section. But since I would have already mentioned those details here, those details, when you watch them again from the pre-ka section, will get, well, double drilled into your head, and you will end up, your pre की तैयारी will be absolutely through the roof. और मेंस के लिए तो हम यहाँ पे concepts वगैरह कर ही रहे हैं. Then we go into answer writing practice, in which I will dictate a few sample answers out to you, and that will tackle out both the portions of the exam. Alright, so now let us start to cover out CPC. We'll need, as I repeat myself, the hard copy of the BERAC to be open on your desk right away. Alright, so CPC is mainly divided into two parts. I'm not talking about the terminology used, like for example, you go to the CPC, you will find part 1, I'm not referring to these parts, I'm referring to parts as in layman English language. It's divided into two parts. So the first part is sections, alright. So sections, they are of substantive character. Now what is substantive law? What is procedural law? What is substantive law? What is adjective law? Here, we'll keep that discussion for a little bit later when we try opening the CPC. Let us first and foremost get into the basics. This is an opening lecture. So at the end of the day, we are going to be studying procedure, right? So now it says the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. 1908 is also a pre-ka MCQ, by the way. We'll get to the MCQs in just a bit. बोलते बोलते ही आ जाएंगे सामने MCQs. But think about it. Think about, we are studying about procedure. Let us say that you have a dispute with your chacha mama taya over a property. Alright, now that is a dispute of a civil nature. So how will your court function? Now remember, at the end of the day, you are applying for a job. Correct? That is primarily of you want to become a judge or a magistrate, to be very specific, but let us say a judge, depending on which state are you going for. You are going to be examined on how your court is going to be functioning. And if you don't know that, well then why will they hire you? Because remember, they are not hiring you for the post of an advocate. They're not hiring you on the basis of your argumentative skills. No. They're not hiring you to argue on someone's behalf. No. They are hiring you for a post that is going to run a courtroom, right? That's why this academy is named. So courtroom, how does the courtroom function? Procedure. You need to master procedures both on the civil side and the criminal side, and the ribbon that connects both of these procedures, that is you can say the common ground, is evidence. So these three acts have to form the foundational basis of you taking an attempt and getting selected for this job, because that is our main aim. Our main aim is to prepare you so thoroughly and so impressively that you become better than the competition, right? So herein from sections 1 to 158. Now open your Beract, just don't write this down. Open your Beract and see it via your eyes so that this starts to get drilled into your subconscious. See section 158. Go here, section 158, and see it is going from section 1 and it is going till section 158, and after 158 you have the first schedule. Now in the first schedule there is order 1, and then there is rules 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? And how many rules are there, and how many, as in each order will again do numbering of the act, it starts again from rule 1 and then it keeps on differing, right? So some orders are more important than others, of course, because, and remember, when you're preparing for a judicial services exam, you will have to filter out a lot of stuff. It is not, do not get into this misconception that you need to know every full stop, every comma of this act, because that is humanly impossible. That is why in DGS mains they hand you out the bare act, and that gives you a hint as well. If you just keep on repeating the sections and the orders and the rules from the bare act that has been already given to you, they will not give you much marks. Why? वो किताब तो उन्होंने आपको already दे दी है. They are testing you on the application of your judicial mind, or let me reframe it a little bit better and use the word again, judicial application of your judicial mind, because this exam is an assessment of your judicial mind. All right, made a quick edit because I had to sneeze. Any which way. Now the second part is about the machinery. So पहले part में sections में section 1 to 158, it is going to tell you in a macro overview of what and how things are. But how will they function? How will things be set into motion? How will your courtroom function? That is given in order 1 to order 51. Open the bare act, see order 1, and then go to order 39. All right, let us go to order 39. It says temporary injunctions and interlocutory orders, and then see the next order. It is order XL. So that is order 40. So XL terminology, the Roman numeral terminology is 40. Now you go to XL9, and XL9 के बाद you'll see order L. So order L is 50. So L, the Roman numeral, as in यहाँ पर जो terminology use की हुई है, that is order 50, and L1 is again, well, it's 51, right? So how many orders are there? 51. How many sections are there? 158. Has to be on your tips for pre. All right. Go to section 129. Immediately open up section 129. Let me also open it in my bare act. Power of high courts to make rules as to their original civil procedure. Notwithstanding anything in this court, any high court, not being the court of a judicial commission, let's know, that may make such rules not inconsistent with the letters patent, right? Letters patent, or order or other law establishing it to regulate its own procedure in the exercise of its original civil jurisdiction. So now we have been hit with some words. Civil jurisdiction, and that too original. We are going to figure out everything via this lecture. As it shall think fit, and nothing herein contained shall affect the validity of any such rules, etc. at the commencement of this code. When did this code commence? We will look at that date as well. But think about it. They are saying high courts can make rules as to their original civil procedure. If you open your bare act, you check any order, any rule, you will find state amendments there. As per section 129, the high courts can make their own rules. So these rules vary from state to state, right? That gives you another hint. If there is a specific rule for the specific state that you are attempting the exam for, do you need to know that rule or not? Or do you need to at least be slightly wary of that rule and be a little careful with that rule and be aware of that rule as well? Yes, that is one of the keys of judicial services exams, because you are, at the end of the day, you will be hired by the state government. Now, if a particular state has enacted that specific amendment to these rules, you will need to know about them. All right. So that is where the Bare Act keeps on coming back to its operation. So sections can be amended by legislature only. However, rules can be amended by high courts. So under these orders, these rules, they can be amended by high courts because, well, section 129 is giving them such a power. So do you understand broadly what is happening? So sections can be amended by the legislature only. Rules can be amended by the high courts as well. Alright. Write down one case law. So one of the major amendments of CPC was the 2002 amendment. I think उससे पहले 1976 वाली आई हुई थी. And 2002 amendment was challenged in Salem Bar Association. ये actually English में Salem लिखा हुआ है, but I think the town's name is Salem Bar Association versus Union of India. Write down the citation if you wish to. 2005 6 SCC 344. Usually citations याद करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, but since Salem Bar Association, I think there was Salem 1, there was Salem 2, तो therefore यहाँ पे citation वैसे लिखनी पड़ती है. Alright, so rules, high courts, each state has their own practice rules as well. अब बाप रे ये क्या है? I'll just show you. Alright, and what is letters patent? So there is something called as a letters patent appeal as well. But what is letters patent? Letters patent is the legal instrument that established that very high court. Alright, just for your knowledge कि कल को आप कहें जी मैं जुडिशियल प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ और आपको लेटर्स पेटेंट ही नहीं पता तो फिर दिक्कत होगी, राइट? नाउ दिस इज दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट्स वेबसाइट एंड दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट्स वेबसाइट के अंदर इफ़ यू गो हियर, लेटर से मतलब गूगल के अंदर अगर आप डालेंगे दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट रूल्स, ऑलराइट, under what power have they made these rules? So this is primarily civil rules. Jurisdiction, valuation of suits, arbitration. So the word suit is being used, so you pretty much know that this is civil. Practice in the trial of civil suits. अच्छा, ये वाली जो PDF वॉल्यूम 1 चैप्टर 2 jurisdiction, ये मैं इसके साथ अटैच कर रहा हूँ इस लेक्चर के साथ. So under the you will find a stapler icon and attachment वाला icon. You can download this, it will instantly open. And then you can just have just brush through it. कुछ याद नहीं करना, सिर्फ ऊपर से देखना है. So which section has empowered the Delhi High Court to make such rules? Section 129. Alright, so there are just don't think that there is only the CPC जिससे पूरा कोर्ट चल रहा है. फिर यहाँ पर बहुत कुछ और है, ठीक है जी. तो ये वाला काम हो गया, जस्ट देख लिया ऊपर से. I just my main purpose, so my main methodology, you can say teaching style, pedagogy is to show you and to make you memorize by using visuals and a lot of audio. Alright, so the more and more that you see such stuff, the more and more it enters into your organism via the retina, that is your two black holes here, and you will end up pretty much remembering it slightly more once you have seen it, and that is the power of eyes basically. Alright, so it came into force, the CPC came into force on the 1st of January 1909, and it extends to the Court of Civil Judicature, which is not defined anywhere. We'll see this, where is this given. Open your Bare Act, go right above section 1. It says an act to consolidate and amend the laws relating to the procedure of the courts of civil judicature. Now where is this, where are these defined? Remember, this is, we're talking about 1908 here, talking in 1908, so we'll just have to, the procedure of the courts of civil judicature to consolidate and amend the laws. So there were laws, and there were a hell lot of laws before this court came into operation. So it has consolidated as well as amended. Alright. So whereas it is expedient to consolidate and amend the laws relating to the procedure of the courts of civil judicature, अब ये कहीं पे लिखा नहीं हुआ कि क्या है, but there are hints as to what this exactly is. It is hereby enacted as follows. Alright. This act may be cited as the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. So anytime that you say CPC, always start compulsorily saying 1908, CPC 1908, CPC 1908, so that it is always, because match the following pre में आ जाएगा तो फिर, और अगर इसी में confusion हो गई, I don't want you to lose out any damn mark based on some careless mistakes. Alright. So short title, commencement and extend. It shall come into force on the 1st day of January 1909. Another pre का सवाल. once we encounter these savals in the pre-ka section, so though that will be only MCQ oriented, will not explain the concepts to you. Concepts सारे के सारे इस section में होंगे, ठीक है जी. लेकिन इस section के अंदर आपके ये काम नहीं होगा ना, as in ये वाले हम skip नहीं कर सकते. Okay. It says it extends to the whole of India except स्टार स्टार स्टार. ये कुछ होता था यहाँ पर. अगर आपके पास पुरानी बेयर एक्ट है, सो यू विल फाइंड दैट इट यूज्ड टू से JNK, एंड JNK was turned into a union territory by the JNK Reorganization Act 2019. But it still does not extend to the state of Nagaland and the tribal areas. Pre का क्वेश्चन दिखाई दिया कि नहीं दिखाई दिया? CPC does not extend to which of the following? Option A, JNK. Option B, state of Nagaland. Option C, tribal areas. Option D, B and C only. Do you understand how the pre-ka question is pretty much crafted out? Alright, okay. Now, it also mentions, CPC mentions something. In this clause, tribal area means the territory which immediately before the etc. were included in the tribal areas of Assam of the 6th schedule to the constitution. So now, we'll just have a slight revision of the 6th schedule as in एक ही line हमने काम करना है. So 6th schedule is आपके AMTM, असम, मेघालय, त्रिपुरा एंड मिजोरम. आप कहेंगे CPC के लेक्चर में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. हाँ जी, बार बार बोलेंगे, बार बार सुनेंगे, बार बार पढ़ेंगे. जस्ट लाइक अ मसल इन द जिम. बार बार डंबल उठाएंगे, बार बार डोला बनेगा. एंड ऑफ स्टोरी. बार बार. लेकिन तो इसलिए किसी भी टाइम पे we will as a judicial services exam aspirant, we will not be leaving out. अगर कोई और एक्ट दिमाग में आती है, सो अगर कोई और सेक्शन, कोई और CPC में तो ऑर्डर है, बट कोई और आर्टिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का याद आ गया, कोई शेड्यूल याद आ गया, ज़रूर उसी टाइम हम रिवाइज करेंगे. सो दिस इज असम, मेघालय, त्रिपुरा एंड मिजोरम, AMTM. ऑलराइट. Section 8. Open your Bear Act to Section 8. It says presidency small cause courts saved as in provided in sections 24, 38 to 41. ये कुछ याद करने की कुछ भी ज़रूरत नहीं है. And by the Presidency Small Courts Act 1882, the provisions in the body of this court shall not extend to any suit or proceeding in any court of small causes established in the towns of Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. Madras and Bombay. Right? Let's Indianize. Let's not go for Madras. Let's go in for Madras, Calcutta, and now Mumbai, but back then Bombay. तो ये 3 presidencies थी पहले की. CPC does not extend to any suit or proceedings in any court of small causes. It does extend to them thoda thoda. कैसे? Save as provided in section 24, 38 to 41, 75 and all of these sections. So they're saying section 8 is saying कि CPC ये वाले जो यहाँ पे जो है इसके अलावा जैसा इन sections में दे रखा होगा, it does not extend to any suit or proceeding in small causes. Small causes established in the small causes court लिख देते तो और better हो जाता, but ठीक है. Established in the towns of Calcutta, Madras and Bombay, क्योंकि ये small causes court और कहीं है नहीं, presidency towns में ही है. अच्छा जी. Now you read section 8. Section 8 तो हमने पढ़ ही लिया क्या. Read with order L1. Open your Bear Act, go to order L1. And we will see what does order 51 says. Order 51 is saying presidency small cause courts. Alright, so it is talking about all of presidency small cause courts. तो एक तरह से इन्होंने order ये आपका dedicated order दे दिया. Which provisions of the CPC extend to presidency small cause courts? Because this is what it's saying. कि ये छोटे छोटे section तो इन्होंने बता रखे हैं, but which all provisions they extend? This is given in this order. Order L1 relates to presidency small cause courts, and then उस time पे provinces भी होते, so order L is going in for provincial small cause courts. It says the following provisions shall not extend to courts constituted under the Provincial Small Cause Courts Act 1887, etc. Right? So यहाँ पे इन्होंने कह दिया section. So section 8 is read with order 51. Section 7 is read with order 50. So mota mati, except of these orders or whatever is being told in these orders, you will not need as in the CPC does not apply to both of these. All right. So Nagaland and tribal areas it's not applying to. It is not applying to provincial small cause courts, and it is not applying to the presidency small cause courts. All right. Hopefully this is clear. Now remember, this is we are back. You know, we are. Let us just presume that I am standing in 1908. Look at, so there must be an insane amount of laws that must have germinated, because see, England का common law का system था, but we were trying to codify everything here, so we were trying to make a fresh start. So Thomas Macaulay and James Stephen and everyone else didn't want to make the same mistake, क्योंकि इंग्लैंड में तो गाड़ी बहुत पहले से चली चुकी थी. So they were trying to codify everything so that life legally made a lot of sense more in India, even though Macaulay was a class 1 bigot, and but yet he did good work here, at least in terms of laws. क्योंकि आप मकौली का वैसे काम पढ़ेंगे, what letters etc. He didn't view Indians as let us say equal even human beings as compared to the Britishers, and that is why, since he was the guy who drafted I think things about our education system as well back then, a lot of inferiority complex got into us as a civilization, which ruined a lot many dreams and a hell lot of potential as well, because our inferiority complex as a civilizational race came into the way of us executing our potential. So there were a lot of things, a lot of good things that Macaulay gave. There were a couple of bad things as well. But then every coin has two sides. All right. So all procedural laws, they are retrospective in nature unless legislature specifies that they are not so. Just a tiny little detail, a tiny little detail. So just write that down. All right. Now we go to jurisdiction. Even though I can split this lecture, jurisdiction के बारे में जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, let us split this lecture. I'll now see you in this lecture. So whenever you now जो पहला वाला जो आपने lecture देखा है, उसके just don't get up from your laptop right now. Complete this lecture as well, ताकि jurisdiction and res judicata मैं concept introduce करूँगा इस lecture में. Then I will move on to other stuff, as in other concepts of the CPC, and ऐसे ही करके पूरा का पूरा आपका सारा का सारा syllabus will cover out in a very systematic manner. So my main aim with this online, the main advantage of an online coaching platform really is to save you first and foremost time, and time is money at the end of the day. So let us say, instead of making you sit through 4 hours of the same stuff again and again, I just want to talk in a very pinpointed, precise manner, and without giving you any life gyan of the world, like it almost always happens in the offline classes. So you need not travel here. It's a lot more advantages if you are really self-serious, and if you can self-pace and are self-reliant, and with your prep. I see you in the next lecture. Let me first check whether I want to split this or not. मैंने प्रवचन तो आपको दे दिया है, 3 4 5 6. I'm just counting the number of pages that I have on jurisdiction. ठीक है जी, अगले वाले में करते हैं. सो मैं उस लेक्चर का टाइटल ही जुरिसडिक्शन कर दूंगा, तो उससे आपका काम हो जाएगा. आई विल सी यू ऑन दिस वन. डू नॉट गेट अप. अच्छा, मैं वो पूरा प्रवचन, लेट मी कंक्लूड दैट जो मैंने अभी आपको दिया, कि डू नॉट वाई गेट अप, बिकॉज इंक्रीज योर अटेंशन स्पैन टू सिट फॉर 1 hour स्ट्रेट, बिकॉज इन द मेन्स यू विल बी सिटिंग फॉर 2 दिन में. तो ये लोग मेन्स खत्म करा देते हैं. एक ही दिन में 2 पेपर है, तो 6 घंटे का पेपर देना है, 3 घंटे ईच, तो बैठना तो पड़ेगा. तो इसीलिए you can have a 2-minute breather and come back. Do not finish today, as in आज के आज में अगला jurisdiction का lecture खत्म होना ही चाहिए. Do not skip it. Do not make any excuses, and I'll keep on reminding this to you कि ये काम आपको मतलब करना ही करना है. ठीक है जी. तो अगले lecture में आपको मिल रहा हूँ, और अभी ही मिल रहा हूँ, और आज ही मिलेंगे. कल के ऊपर मत छोड़िएगा. कल कभी आता नहीं है, जो है आज ही है. ठीक है जी. इसमें मिल रहे हैं. ऑलराइट, टेक केयर.